Senator Schmitt, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. During the first few weeks in office, the Biden administration ended the sale of offensive arms to Saudi Arabia and focused on achieving a ceasefire in Yemen. They also reversed the previous administration, the Trump administration's designation of the Houthis as a terrorist organization. To what extent do either one of you believe that the Houthis exploited that ceasefire to increase their missile arsenal and other capabilities?
I'm certain that Iran exploited that and continue to provide funds and equipment to the Houthis.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. If the administration had continued to sell Saudi Arabia offensive weapons, do you think that the Houthis would be stronger or weaker now?
I think Saudi Arabia would be stronger right now.
And in effect, do you think that that would have weakened the Houthis?
Are you talking if they did not stop them, Senator?
Yeah, if we didn't stop the sale, if Saudi Arabia continued to have offensive weapons, that we stopped selling them, and then we lifted the terrorist designation from the Houthis, do you think the Houthis would be stronger or weaker today?
I mean, I think that's a hypothetical without knowing exactly how they were going to implement.
Okay. Was this a mistake? Right now, 15% of the world's commerce is being disrupted by the Houthis. And I don't pretend to know all the considerations that the Biden administration put into this decision to do those two things, which was to not sell arms to Saudi Arabia and also lift the terrorist designation, but it hasn't worked out. They've been emboldened. What is it that you think, General, we should do right now this can't go on. This terrorist organization cannot hold 15% of the world's commerce hostage. What is it that you suggest that we do?
I think we need a whole of government and an international approach to this. We have
maybe like sanctions, maybe like selling arms to Saudi Arabia. Would those two things be included in your whole of government approach?
I think that would be something for the State Department and the Department of Justice and Treasury. I can talk about the military aspects of this, and what we do need, though, is the international community, just like we did for counter-piracy, to stop the flow of Iranian arms, but there must be a cost imposition on Iran for what they are providing.
I agree with you on that, and you would agree that there is no cost right now on Iran for any of this, correct?
There is some, but not enough.
Right. Like enforcing sanctions as relates to them selling oil would be one of them, a whole of government approach, right?
Well, I think sanctions have to be international. Just one unit, I mean, their oil is sanctioned. All the oil they are selling to China right now, 90% of Iranian oil that goes to China, China buys 90% of Iran's oil. That is all sanctioned oil.
Yep. And I guess I have limited time, so I want to sort of turn the attention to Israel for a second. What more can be done, or what can be done to bring our hostages home? It's sort of, this gets lost, I think, a lot in the news cycle, but there are Americans there. What can we do what more can be done to bring them home?
I mean, our hope is that all of them will become home, and in a classified session, I can give you a little more details of what is being done.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.